Hey, Melfice?
Hey, Pure. Uh, I mean, I'm kicking and screaming. It goes. Like Han Solo. Like a Han Solo joke in the Return of the Jedi. How are we doing? Same as always. Not bad. Eh, the, I don't know. The face thing gets me down a bit. But, like, as far as what I'm going through right now, it could have been worse. But it's making it harder to stream. When I first started streaming this game, I was trying to read the dialogue as a story for the channel. But now I kind of have to put a finger on my my right cheek to talk without slurring. So it kind of killed that vibe of what I was doing. I still do it. I stop to talk to you or Frosty or whoever comes in to say hi. It's just a little frustrating. At the same time, like I said, everything could have been worse. I'm alive. Nothing's bad. Just some issues I have to deal with because of it. I have to adjust things, I guess. So it's not that it went from bad to bad or bad to worse or good to bad. It was more of a just so shit happens. I'm learning with it. And as far as I know, this can heal over time. Like it won't always be this way unless it's like the 2 or like the 5% of people that never heal from it. But we're gonna sit and say that's not gonna be me. I'm not going to be that percentage. That's the head swings. Yeah, pretty much. Like you said, it's just it's a little frustrating, but at the same time, I'm not as frustrated because it could anything could be worse. Someone tried to say, that's stuff that comes with age, and I'm like, no. Apparently, according to the doctors, this can happen to young people too. This is just something that happens. I'll be good. I don't plan on giving this up. At least you didn't get a bit. That would be a tick that gets you allergic to beef. See, where I live, it's one of the highest. Apparently, it currently is one of the highest places in the world for Lyme disease from ticks, which is why when I went to get tested, they took a bunch of blood work because they were like, it could give you that, but it had. I don't see anything to do with beef in it. um, but it can cause nerve damage. And they thought that because I had the flu before this all happened, they thought, well, that sounds like a weird coincidence. But then they called it. They said no, it's probably Bell's palsy, which is basically where I can feel the side of my whole face, but I have no function over the right side of my face. So my right eye only closes if I close my left. My one nostril's just limp. The one side of my mouth it opens when the other one does. When the other side opens, but like I can't smile on that side, I guess. Either way, they're pretty sure it's the bells, not Lyme. Because as far as I know, I haven't been bitten by anything aside from fucking mosquitoes, which I would like to burn off the face of the earth. I wasn't okay, Frosty. Basically, they told me to make an appointment with my family doctor, and when I got that appointment, they would tell me the results and anything else I might need to know. The thing is, me and my mother have the same family doctor, and my appointment's not till the 24th because they were pretty booked up. But she had one here not that long ago, and not that she can tell mom the results, but she did tell my mother that if it was something bad, like the Lyme, because she would call me ahead of time. So I'm pretty much under the influence that that's not the case. I can't guarantee it because I haven't actually seen her face to face. But apparently, if it was and it was bad, they would call me ahead of time, way ahead of my appointment. And I don't think these steroid pills are doing anything but making me a little dizzy. But I've also been taking the things. There was like a anti-infection pill they gave me just in case it was Lyme disease. They said it won't hurt me, but I got to do weird things like in direct sunlight. I got to wear fully clothed. I don't know, but I don't think I need those because they don't feel like they're changing anything. Then again, the steroid pills, I don't know what the hell those are. Those are supposed to help put a faster reaction to my face. Uh-huh. So anyway, all that depressing shit aside, I was playing Mortal Kombat. Or Mortal Kombat 2, the arcade game, and goddamn that instant, like, the perfect frame, they call it. They used to call it in the magazines, where as soon as you touch a button on the controller, the computer has seen what you've done. Oh god, it's frustrating. They can grab you from places that weren't normal.
I wonder what happened to Ryudo here. Is this really where he grew up?
Okay, so I really love this game. I do. Love the first one
Miss,
more still.
do you really want to know what happened to Ryudo?
But for some reason in my
Oh,
head, I'm wondering
you!
what I want to start
It
next.
does not matter. Do not look outside. Look and I will leave. One more thing. Do not repeat this to anyone. Understand?
All right. Just tell me, what happened?
But I'm glad I'm doing a more chill game like this when my mindset's not in the right place.
Known as the Village of Swordsmen, this is where men came to polish their skills
Easier to
and
play.
pursue the way
And I'm
of
starting
the
to think of
sword.
something hard to play after this. I
Melfice
don't
and
know.
Ryudo were raised by the village chief after they lost their parents when they were young. The two began combat training and soon showed incredible progress. Melfice in particular became the greatest swordsman
I think
the
in
village had
November.
ever seen.
I know that's a ways away. I'm planning to do that Claire Obscure game. I try to put together a small schedule of what I'd like to play.
Here we go, Ryudo.
And some games are like dated for certain months. Some months are just dated for certain genres. Like, you know, every October I do more
Ryudo spent
Halloween-y
all day,
themed
every
games.
day, practicing with
Or
his
horror
best
style.
friend, Gata.
No, some not so horror style, but more suspense a little. Some co-op zombie games that led to weird conversations.
Melfice was admired for being the strongest swordsman in the village. Eventually, Melfice became engaged to the village chief's daughter, Rena. The good-natured Rena was already like a sister to Ryudo.
Like this sword without a cloud,
Like this blade, pure and true.
we shall become swordsmen, strong of heart.
Then, one day, a terrible storm beset the village. From the altar of the idol came an unusual rumbling. The idol was a sword of such terrible power that it could only be wielded by the most powerful swordsman in the world. The sword was believed to protect the village from harm. Rena went to the altar to quiet the angry idol.
She went to quiet it.
The
It
villagers
still would
waited
not
for
shut
Rena
up.
to return safely, but hope as they might, the strange rumblings did not cease.
You know, Pure, you kind of came at a good time. The bird's out here telling a whole story. Just Elena's
No
not
one
bright
knew
enough to
what happened to
put the voice
Rena.
together.
Thus began a terrible tragedy. When Rena did not come back, the worried village chief sent Melfice and a few other villagers to investigate. Yet the storm and rumblings only grew worse. Ryudo silently trailed Melfice. and witnessed.
Melfice! Rena!
Billy!
Melfice!
That's about it, Pierre.
It can't be. No. What? Melfice? How could you?
Ryudo wept at the side of the dead Rena. Her body lay, as it were, impaled upon the sword of Melfice. The villagers searched the island, but found neither hide nor hair of Melfice. Murderer, idol thief. This is how Melfice was now known. Because of his brother, Ryudo could no longer live in the village. So he came to live as a geohound. That was about 3 years ago.
So up until now, Ryudo has lived bearing his own sorrow like that.
Betrayed by the brother he trusted most, he became leery of ever trusting anyone again.
It must have been hard, being driven into exile, living all alone. The poor thing.
Just rub some dirt in
Your
it.
understanding that will make it all much easier on him.
Go get some horns. Looks like a sticky place. Oh shit, now evil Melfice is leaving notes.
Flame. I pray that we shall be safe ahead.
Apparently blowing him away didn't work. Strong to wind. Pretty sure the frogs are weak to earth. And everything's weak to lightning. Everything!
You picked on the wrong people. Flame. Here goes my impact bomb. Threat eliminated.
You still playing Final Fantasy VII Remake there, Pierre? The last couple of days I need to quit it. Oh. What's been keeping you occupied? Booty calls, maybe?
Red. You picked on the wrong people.
Arguing on Twitter. Dude. That's like running the Olympics are crazy. No one wins. Always just what's that old saying? Man, this saying, I swear to God, this saying's older than I am. Opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one. Sometimes it's best just to let it go. And they all stink. Yeah, that works. There's always the thing that Twitter's not a great place to be right now either. I still, how can I say this? I still post. So when I go live, I post notifications, right? I do one on Discord, I do one on Twitter, and one on Blue Sky. I don't really use the social medias there. I used to have Instagram, but that was even worse. So I deleted that. And then Twitter started getting really bad. And I just kind of... Once in a blue moon, I scroll it and see game companies I like make announcements or stuff. Just like on YouTube. So I basically just use them to post the going live notifications now. Because the people that go into those kind of things and talk, they just want to bitch at each other. It's okay to go in with, hey, I didn't like this because... But, like, it's one of those places that when they go in to say it, they go, we don't like this because this, and you all have to think my way. And then everybody else gets pissed off because they're like, well, I don't want to think like you. I don't know. It just seems like more headache than it's worth, I guess. I know fire will make this look pretty easy. Especially since a crazy electric car man got a hold of Twitter. Twitter was kind of toxic to begin with, but it was doable. Now it's between people hating on each other and naked pictures everywhere.
I pray that we shall be
You
safe
can't
ahead.
scroll you can't scroll too far without seeing some boobies. Kind of disturbing in some ways. Let's zap. It don't work. They could have a trimmer. Honestly, with all the different social medias nowadays, there's always somewhere better to go talk. And even the Discord sometimes. We're not the most talkative channel at times, but eventually if you post something, one of us will respond to it. And there's other channels and other places out there like that too. Every once in a while we have a disagreement where we get frustrated. And then it's like, but it was stupid, so we let it go. Give him the boom. No. That'd be too much. Okay, these guys aren't fun. We'll use a low level one. Defense down 1. Man, that defense down 1 goes quite a long way.
Freezing range.
I find there's some decent stuff out there. When I first started Discord, I was trying to think up of little gimmicky ways to keep people interested. Honestly, I don't think people really need gimmicks. Just a place to shoot the shit. I got my buddy Waffle there. I made a category for him to share if he wants to share. Well, actually, not just for him. But if you want to share artwork.
Nothing withstands my blade.
Just to show it off. Wait, there's a section where if you ever started streaming yourself, I got a category for people to just post that they're going live on my channel too, right? It's kind of like gives everybody a chance. Man, it is weird looking. Okay, hold on. I don't know which way I came in. I have a feeling of the dumb. No, I came in this way. That's it. What about over here? I took some little ideas from other channels that I've met. The keeping in touch with family thing. I actually have a Facebook for that exact purpose. It's the only reason I kept Facebook. Is because a lot of my family, that's like the only thing they do use.
Red. You picked on the wrong people.
Oh yeah, it's always interesting to get lost sometime. Ooh, gross. It's all sticky and gooey. Hang on. I know that passed. I don't know if that's progress. But I know there was items over there. Well, that's actually where the beginning was. I know I've seen an item over on a hill here somewhere. The only issue with... Okay, so the only issue I have with streaming is when I started it, I thought, what a great way to get to my backlog. And somehow I always find myself playing old games sometimes that I've already played through before. I don't double dip in a stream like of a game unless it's like a remake of one. But like, I mean, I played Grandia back on the Dreamcast age. Or this one, and the first one on the PlayStation 1, and because I played the first one a lot. Yeah, the backlog always gets bigger. Not that it's a horrible problem to have, right? But like, I am happy when I get to complete something new. At the same time, I love some of those old games so much it's hard to ignore them. like I was saying earlier, I kind of want to start something new after this game, but I have no idea what to do. And that's another issue, that you don't even have to be streaming to have this issue. What are you in the mood to play? You might want to play something new, but like what category, what style of game, what 3D, 2D, the list is just, it's overwhelming sometimes. To some people, feeling down because you can't keep up with the bigger people or whatever, like what you're streaming, I guess it could feel rough. I'm not that kind of streamer. I like just want to play games, but I want to kill some of my backlog. Honestly, I almost prefer to choose not to do new games when they're new. Because everybody and their grandmother in the kitchen sink is doing the same thing. For me, this is a fun way just to gab to people. And there's always so much out there to play. Even if you don't like have a shelf full of games or anything like that, if you have a PC or anything like that, there's a ton of games to play that you can get just for free. A lot of them are really fun.
Red.
Not Quake. No, looks like she's just gonna give him pounding. Boom!
Here goes my impact bomb.
Like if I ever ran out of console games to play,
Can slash.
I go on all those game store things that when they give out free games, I just click them and add them to the list. There's like a million damn PC games you can play just by clicking free games. That Epic Game Store gives games away every like 2 weeks or every week sometimes. Not all of them great, but definitely some decent looking ones.
Gotta work even harder.
That's true. And many moons ago, I used to be that way. That's where my collection of emu stuff came from. But nowadays, you've got to have certain things to help you get past all that. I'm not willing to pay for those services. Like VPNs or...
Red. You picked on the wrong people.
You running Linux? You said Windows partition, so I'm assuming you're running Linux system as well. Unless you're running a Mac. I'm sorry. I'm gonna pick on you for that one. I've heard that. I have a Steam account. I have some games that I used to get Humble Bundles from.
Flame.
Yeah, Imperial, you know what? I mean, nowadays I just use Windows because there's so much going on, I don't need to relearn a bunch of things. I haven't used a Linux system since... I don't even know what's out anymore. But the last time I used Linux, I think it was in the early 2000s. And I had nothing against Linux. Like, I didn't stop using it because I didn't like it. But, like, you always had to keep on top of things so you could make sure everything you had ran properly on it. After a while, it was just... I ain't got time for this. Windows isn't great, but it does its automatic bullshit. Yeah, Humble Bundle was great until they sold the company. I still see that they do have some decent bundles on there, but nowhere near what they used to.
Gotta work even harder.
Yeah, back when I used to use it, you had to type commands and just open up your CD drive, right? Some things were automatic, some things were definitely not. But at the same time, it was kind of relaxing to use. Like, there was no bloatware unless you added it yourself.
On the wrong people.
That's back when I used to work on computers for people. I was no professional, I was self-taught. But I knew enough to keep hardware running pretty easy. But shit, no! Hold on now, game. Actually, I still follow a few tech channels. Nothing special. More the... I know there's probably a bunch of little ones I should be looking out for too, but I kind of watch the silly shit. Like, that Austin Evans. One of my favorites was Jay's 2 Cents. And every once in a while I watch the weird tech news stuff, because it's funny as hell on, what's that called? Lioness. They do that little news skit thing. Dude, it's funny as hell. Anyway, but from what I see between those three channels, Linux is making a huge difference on things right now. It's pretty much pushing Windows to start making some changes. Supposedly. Like, I didn't look too much into the detail. Oh yeah. It could be the cure for stupid computer things. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not against going back and playing with it a bit again. Someday. But for now, you know, I'm just gonna loaf about and do plain shit. But I very well could get back into it sometime. Yeah, didn't I just... Wait a minute. Oh, I must have just went that way. Son of a bitch. Yeah, I just backtracked. That's how distracted I get. Not that it matters. Distractions are good, happy distractions. Alright, give him a tremor. Bye.
Please, Earth, answer me. I pray that we shall be safe ahead.
I wouldn't recommend it to someone new into computers. Because the amount of plugins and things you need to make sure it's running smoothly, even back in the day, it was a little overwhelming at times. At the same time, once you get a little more knowledgeable about you know, how all that shit works, even in Windows, it wouldn't be a bad idea to explore options. But if you could get your hands on like a budget laptop, like just something that someone's chucking out, it's good enough to run, say, like YouTubes and shit, it would be an alright thing to have to practice with on Linux while you still use your main computer as the way you know. But it would give you experience, right? Burn the trees. Burn them all. Oh.
Flames of blood and fire spring forth.
Oh shit, I just realized she's really low on HP. He threw a fucking apple at me. What? An asshole.
You better practice if you want to beat me.
$70, 100 and... yeah... good enough. Aim in that way, right? Some sort of armor over there. So, are you running 7 Remake through Linux? Like, do you have many issues nowadays with that? Because I knew Linux could run games, but when it came to video card updates and stuff like that, it was kind of sketchy. So a lot of games wouldn't run because you couldn't get proper drivers. I don't know how far that's come since then.
Chase the hellfire!
I mean, it had to come a long way since I used it, but...
You better practice if you want to beat me.
Neat. PK. Damn. Ooh, I got a dank armor. Takes away my bonus of attack, but plus 1 SP recover when damaged. You know what? Fuck it. That's not a horrible thing. You get hit all the time. She's only got about 1 burn spell left in her before she needs MP.
You picked on the wrong people.
I see a big chest down there. How'd that go in Dark Souls? Amazing chest ahead.
Let them feel your rumblings, O holy earth. I pray that we shall be safe ahead.
So, do you try to run any retro PC games? Like, you know how you just said Wolfenstein, Doom, and so on? I mean, like the old Wolfenstein. No, the sloppy snot stick didn't work.
Freezing range!
You should, just to see how it works. Because retro PC games compatibility is kind of a spotty thing. It always kind of has. But where you are a PC gamer,
You better practice if you want to beat me.
having games like that for modding and stuff is a big deal, right? Like, can't really mod with consoles like Doom mods and shit. Don't get me wrong, I like to play on a console personally. But I do know that the PC does have its benefits for a lot of shit like that. It happens. Ooh. I'm glad I did not buy that other axe. Damn. Oh, why not? Oh wow. I haven't played Max Payne in a dog's age, but that was such a fun game. You know, that's now that I think about it, that would be a fun series to replay someday for the channel. Just because like back in the day I played Max Payne 1 and 2. But one of my PS3 backlog games is Max Payne 3, which is a game I never got around to playing. So if I did the first two, it wouldn't be such a bad thing. Oh. Future games to add to my list. Games to do. The hell was I surprised I walked straight into them? Shit.
Strike! Purple lightning! Take that!
Yeah, but I mean, even if the story is not great, if the game's fun, I still say it's worth playing.
Release wind.
Uh-oh, she's releasing wind. Everybody stand upwind. Okay, get an item. I have a revive spell. I think it'd be better if I used an item.
Here you go.
Yeah, it started with the Matrix and all that, and then Max Payne, like, bullet time, and it's like, this is epic. No one else does. Well, almost does. There's a few games that use some of the slowdown elements, but it's not quite done as well. I really need a save point just to get my magic back. Everybody's MP is like flat ass low.
Release wind.
As much as I like to say stories are a big deal for me, gameplay is too. And of course you can't go wrong with a good soundtrack if you're lucky enough to get one.
Here goes my impact bomb.
Hardly worthy of my notice.
Come on, game.
Here goes my impact bomb.
I'll say this, as many good soundtracks as there are in some games, fighting games always seem to have the best. For if you want like action kind of music, or rock or metal, or even some that take classical and make it like really fast paced. The Guilty Gear series is quite good for that. But then you got your action games, like the Max Payne 1 theme is almost chilling, I'm gonna be honest. Well worth listening to. Well, I wouldn't say as an MP3 or nothing, or something. Just as a game, like as an atmosphere. It's pretty good. Oh, wow. Now, get him.
Please release your fury, O Earth. I pray that we shall be safe ahead.
She prays they're gonna be safe ahead. But you're almost out of MP. Oh, really now? I finally get to recover their MP. Pretty sure this is going to be a boss spot. Considering how far we've come, just to find that one. Yeah. Uh-huh. Everything looks beat to hell. Seems about right. I don't think he murdered her for it. I think he was possessed and then he killed her. He already had. I am a super warrior. And I'm gonna run away like a little bitch. This place is still full of monsters.
Red.
Hardly worthy of my notice.
I'm gonna wait and spend my special coins, my magic coins on skill sync after I finish this play. I was gonna do it earlier and I was just like, well, I could get some good skill ups here, and I'm just like, maybe not.
Release wind.
She keeps saying release wind. I think she needs something for it to stop using gas. Ooh, that might have been overkill.
Blow him away!
I thought hers was going to kill her. So I kind of, just for shits and giggles, I used his too. And it might have been a bit much.
These guys were no good challenge.
Flame.
If you want to beat me.
Yeah, they always went over. But this game was one of the... This and kind of Final Fantasy VII were one of the ones that went a little overboard with the... Let's put an FMV right in the middle of the game. Although this one mixes the actual gameplay and FMV together. It doesn't just make it a big FMV. Save point there, progress. Down here, item. Aha!
Come, O cleansing flame, to purify!
This is back when they were a little less afraid to try new things.
I pray that we shall be safe ahead.
Now everything thinks it needs to be a big budget movie. So they're too scared to do anything because it's going to cost them a fortune if it fails. But indie games, oh, did they ever make quite the stir up in that situation.
Flame.
Because indie games are doing better than some AAA games now. Well, some indie games, not all. But the ones you can tell people put effort into. Again, like I said, in November I plan on doing that one Claire Obscure game, which is an indie game. I eventually plan on doing that Silk song because I got it when it came on sale here not that long ago. Stuff like that. You know, I never did replay for the channel Shovel Knight. And that's actually kind of a... That game was so good. Tons of Metroidvanias if you're into that. Which I am, by the way.
So you came. I've been waiting for you. Melfice! Let's settle this!
The time has finally come. You will pay for your deeds.
The time has finally come to get our
life.
asses whooped again by him.
I'll escort you to your funeral. Let me give you a taste of this idol's incredible power. This sword is the ultimate power those village idiots believed in. The power of justice.
What justice? True justice, true power is in the heart, not in something vile like you.
Ryudo, are you sure? Really?
I am no longer fooled by your appearance. You are not my brother. You are Valmar, not Melfice.
Words are meaningless now. Dance with me, brother.
Can we actually damage him this time? I can't
Red.
Red. Oh, we can damage him.
Ryudo, how about this?
You bastard.
I'll show you the dangers of your inexperience.
Beast King! Blast!
Here goes my impact bomb.
Strike! Purple lightning! Take that! And that! Ha! Demon Horde slash!
Gonna hurt.
This is why you are no good.
Here goes. Oh, holy light of life.
Stinging ice!
Just drop a giant iceberg on the day. Yeah.
Beast King! Smash!
The regenerator takes good physical damage.
Crawl on the ground.
The other beast's sword takes magical damage. He just takes whatever damage.
You though, you are such an embarrassment.
Oh yeah, such an embarrassment. You get a bag of dicks?
Here goes.
I'll pound you to a pulp.
He wants to pound me, that's kind of disturbing.
Good luck, everyone.
Take that damage.
Stinging ice!
Beast King! Smash!
Flame.
Crawl on the ground.
A little bit.
So you think you can beat your
You gotta
big
kick it on the
brother?
handle. Whoa.
Here goes my impact bomb.
Here's this regenerator.
Stinging ice!
Ryudo, how about this?
Yeah, whatever. That'll finish that one part, that sword.
Red.
Beast Fang!
Here goes my impact bomb.
Sky, take flight! Here goes! Flying Tensei Ken!
Temperature 0 to 100.
You cannot even touch me!
Oh shit. He has an all heal, but I can't use it like that. So let's be smartass. One friend. All friend.
Here you go.
Ryudo, you're such
Are you
an
kidding me?
embarrassment.
Sky, take flight!
He just muted her before she could cast her spell. I'm just like, no.
Here goes! Flying Tensei Ken!
Which means her first.
Have faith.
You cannot even
Oh, you did it again. Really?
Sky, take flight! Here goes! Flying Tensei Ken!
And it canceled out her casting a. It canceled out her thing where she was gonna unmute the girl.
You cannot even touch me!
He's just gonna keep spamming that, isn't he? You rot.
Strike! Purple lightning!
He's just gonna keep spamming it because it's all he's got left.
Take that!
Because I broke his sword in the other thing.
Ha!
You did.
Was my
Yep,
faith
you did.
misplaced?
Finally.
Nothing withstands my blade.
Brotherly love. And a sword. All of us are in a book of swords. Means I got another book to upgrade. Yay.
Die!
Merrick, wait!
Stay away, Ryudo. Ryudo, I gave in to Valmar. No, to my own greed. I'm nothing but a weak man. Smile for me, Ryudo.
Melfice? You're back to normal.
For what did I try to
Don't
become strong?
Trust
Just
him.
what
He's still
have I
got it
been
in him.
doing until now, everything has been in vain.
Melfice, don't die. You're back to normal, right?
Ryudo,
Nope.
I'm glad
He already
I got to
slaughtered
see
his
you
wives
again.
and kids, old people, family.
My beloved brother, listen closely. The divine sword you are searching for is to the east, along the granite cliffs. For saving me from this vile curse, Ryudo. Thank you.
No! Melfice, don't die! Please! Please don't die! Melfice!
Ryudo?
Ryudo!
Tried to jump from his brother to him. That's why I said don't get near him. It's that Valmar's trying to jump ship.
Yeah!
Oh, the little robot. The little robot that could.
Ryudo,
Oh, damn, we're
Wake up.
shirtless.
please. Ryudo! Even if we are able to remove the horns of Valmar from you, your soul will be destroyed forever. Ah. If you lose your soul, then everything I am doing, the whole world, will become meaningless. How can I, a follower of Granis, pray to Valmar? No, to Millennia. If you can see into my soul, you will understand. Millennia, I have a favor to ask. Come out! Please, Millennia, I must talk with you.
Ryudo, eh? What an idiot. Got himself possessed by the horns of Valmar. Well, I guess it's their fate as brothers.
Please listen to me. Please understand how I feel. Please save Ryudo. I don't care what happens to me or what happens to my body.
Listen, Miss Prissy. I am the wings of Valmar. My only desire is to devour the horns possessing Ryudo.
Stop it, Millennia.
Ryudo,
You didn't have to break the mirror.
traveling with you was fun. Farewell.
No! I can't do it! You were the only one to worry about me. No one else. I have no one else but you. I want you to come back.
We will call this
Want you to
game
come back as
Ryudo and the Two Booty Calls.
Elena! Elena!
Where am I?
I'll be the bait to distract the horns. Elena, listen to me! That is your cue to rescue Ryudo's soul. Understood?
Millennia, what is this?
Ryudo is fighting! This is our only chance! Go!
Millennia!
You still don't realize that she's gonna eat your soul too,
Call
right?
out to Ryudo! Quickly! Ah!
Ryudo, where are you? Come back! Ryudo!
It's true. You know, here, if you get a PS1 MU, there's a game you should try if you like old school RPGs that are definitely cheesy but very interesting, and you want something that plays a little different. Look at Legend of Lugaia. And Thousand Arms. Both I will put on the channel someday. The combat system was just really fun in Legend of Lugaia. Okay, so you have played it then. It's they make that you got to just push the directional pads in a certain kind of almost Xenogears, but not quite. You're basically making up combos. There's a sequel to it too on the PlayStation 2. But you know, I never actually got around to playing the sequel. So it is one of those someday things. Like Linux, if you configure it the PS2 MU with all its special plugins, it's come a very long way. You can play almost anything. My old PS2 died, so I wanted to do Brave Fencer Musashi. Not Brave Fencer Musashi, Musashi Legends, the sequel. And I popped it in my PC through the MU and put in the proper plugins, and when I did get it running right, it was beautiful. And it ran so smooth. First time I tried to run it didn't go so well, though. But like I said, the updates have come a long way. Yo. I heard that one started being usable. Someone said there was a 360 one too. Or was it a 360 or the regular Xbox? I don't know. It's been a while since I kind of looked at that. You know what the real kicker is here? The 3 hardest ones to do that aren't more modern was N64, Dreamcast, and Sega Saturn. N64 is somewhat usable nowadays, supposedly. Actually, haven't really bothered with it. But the Saturn and the Dreamcast are kind of like really hard to pull off and are very uncompatible at the moment. So I actually have a Saturn and a Dreamcast and an N64, but I'm assuming you know how I use it. I got the consoles. Yeah. I won't go too much into detail on that. Not on here, anyway. So, quite a while back, I actually streamed. There was a game I played on the Genesis when I was younger called Sonic 3D Blast. And I was like, well, I got a Saturn now. I should get the 3D Blast version for Saturn and do it as a stream. Because I never streamed the Genesis one. So but I wanted to try the Saturn one because I heard it ran a little different. It is like running on ice cubes. It was great, but it was hard. It's not a 3D Blast wasn't an amazing game by a long shot. Like, it had a lot of bugs. But it was still way better than things like Knuckles Chaotix or something like that. I remember I had gotten near the end and shit messed up and I got killed and all that stuff. So, when I did the stream the next day, I found out there was a level warp cheat code. So I just warped back to the level I was already at when I was done that night and started from there to finish it. The bonus levels are really different between the Genesis and the Saturn as well. Like, it is definitely a cleaner version. It's just running around in it feels crazy. Like, it's weird. It's very slippery. I did a really back in the day. I was a really big fan of a game called Stall on the Saturn, and even to this day, it looks amazing on. I actually have to do a mod to my Saturn before I do any RPGs because I did try to do one there. At one point, I was doing Magic Knight Ray Earth, and the battery to my console is not working. So I did some research, and apparently, if I solder this little chip to the board, not like a hack to the system or anything like that, it'll basically make the internal memory permanent, so I don't have to worry about a battery again. I have the chip, I've just never gotten around to digging out the solder equipment to try and pull off the mod yet. The game was Magic Knight Ray Earth, but I can't. See, the problem is because of that battery issue. Like, I even tried putting new battery in. I think something with where the battery circuit is soldered into is busted or something like that. I didn't see anything, but it just won't keep memory. Like, it won't save a game. You can save a game, but as soon as you just turn the system off and on, the save file is gone. So I kind of wasted a stream on that game that night. It's a little cheesy. It's based off a girly anime kind of deal, like a magic girl anime. But it's a fun game. Oh, oh, oh. I got a big sword. Uh, I learned to solder when I was kind of young. I'm not great at it by any means, but I learned it because I used to work on RC cars and stuff. Like those hobby grade RC cars, there's some of them are gas, some of them are high-end electric. I did the electric because I found that you could actually make them faster than the gas ones. Yeah, so I'm just a little nervous because the chip is, it's got to go in a weird spot. But I will get around to doing it because Saturn was a fun console. I actually upgraded both consoles. Um, but they're simple upgrades. Like on the Dreamcast, I actually upgraded the fan. So it's quieter, and it blows more air through. On the Saturn, I actually upgraded the power supply to something a little more efficient. I took out the big power brick that was in it, or circuit power brick, and I actually got it on a little chip on a better power supply. They're very simple upgrades though. I guarantee it. Like the power supply, basically you just unbolt it, pull the cords out, put the little chip one in, and rewire. Like there's no soldering. It's more plug and play stuff. Same with the fan. You're just basically like a PC. The little fan for the Dreamcast, you're just basically pulling the pins off of the old one and putting it in the new one. And gung ho, right? All right. Let's. Before that, we'll do save. All right. So I'm going to call it here for the night. My eye's starting to water. The text is getting a little hard to read. That's why I kind of skipped through the meal time at that scene. So have a good night. Back again tomorrow. Later. Night all.